Oh, Ben's there, okay. I didn't know if you came back, I didn't see. We're good? We're good? All right, good. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular session meeting for May 2nd, 2023. It's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. A roll call.
Mayor Orndorff,
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Here.
Commissioner Sui,
Here.
Commissioner Watson,
Here.
Commissioner Romanek.
Here.
Invite Reverend Murphy to do the invocation, followed by the salute of the flag, please.
Let us pray. For all of your blessings, we are grateful for the privilege of being a part of this city, for a leadership that cares, for a community that is involved. We just give you thanks. And we ask that you'll guide the meeting tonight, give our mayor and our commissioners wisdom, help us to see your kingdom come as you work in power and as you continue to improve what's happening here. We're grateful for all the good things, and we celebrate them and we give you thanks. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance to the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
There is one, Mayor, the addition of resolution item number 11, awarding project entitled 5th Street Road Reconstruction to South State Incorporated.
Okey-doke, thank you. Bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek,
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Minutes.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business, the March 7th, 2023 regular meeting.
Second motion.
A motion second to approve and dispense minutes for March 2nd, 2023. Comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek,
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment on agenda items only. If anybody has a comment or question on agenda items, please come to the podium, state your name. Please limit those comments to 5 minutes.
Good evening. Patricia Kears, 409 Peach Drive. I have a question on Resolution 21-2 for the amendment to the professional services agreement with AECom Technical Services. I guess that's for the Phase 3 or the third secondary, the sewer system, the third secondary clarified addition program. Does this affect the money at all, or is it just wording about indemnifying?
That is the wording in the contract. It should have been on the September meeting. It wasn't. We made a mistake. We fixed the mistake. We're very transparent about our mistakes, and that's why it's on the agenda to be fixed.
Okay, thank you. The next question I have is Resolution 21-3, the sale on 10 Buck Street. Is that building, I know we're getting it from the county, we're going to split, I guess, the cost or the purchase price. Is that actually, is there a buyer for that property?
Not at this time.
Okay, is that going to go up for auction?
No, it is. We are going to put requests for proposals out and see who comes up with the best project. We will then enter a redevelopment agreement pending the approval of the board, and then that's how we'll deal with that.
Okay, and then the ordinance of the first reading on parks, rules, and regulations, is that in addition to what you presented a few weeks ago?
Sorry, can you, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The
I just have a bad ear. I
No.
can't see.
I'm very clogged up. The park rules and regulations on the ordinance for the first reading,
Oh, sorry. Yep.
is that in addition to what was previously put out a few weeks ago?
Yeah, so any of the changes are in addition. So it's basically, I believe Sam talked to, Ray, and if we were just basically encompassing the athletic fields, but we wanted to make sure it wasn't just sports, we were making it all facilities, all city facilities.
Okay, so,
verbiage of that.
a copy of that parks rules and regulations, where can that be found?
That'll be on file with the clerk.
That, so it would have to be Oprah?
Once it gets,
don't have to approve.
assuming that it passes, and I guess it's on for first reading.
This is the first
Yeah,
reading.
So
the
if
second
it goes
reading would
through
be-
and it gets adopted, and I think written into the language of the ordinance is that those rules and regulations are gonna have to be on file with the clerk, and they would be available, and I would assume they would also be on file with the Parks Department, so that
Absolutely.
people can get them. It's kind of similar to what Streets and Roads do now with the curbside pickup. And they have a flyer and it has the rules and regulations, and somebody can go in there, they can get that, paper document. So I think that's what the idea would be.
Okay,
I would
is-
assume we probably post it on the website too, just so
Yeah,
it's
that's-
easy access for public.
Okay, so that would be available before the second reading, the actual rules and regulations?
Yeah, they should be attached, I
It
think.
should be
But
attached.
it is
to
attached
it.
to the agenda on the website.
Okay, on
Yeah.
the website, the whole thing?
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it was just the changes.
there's a fee schedule too.
Yeah, I saw the fee schedule, okay. Then my next question is, I was a little confused on Resolution 21, the one that was added. It refers to the Columbia Riverside Road improvements. And then is it gonna be called the Fifth Street Road reconstruction, or is that Fifth Street that's being
Which one, I'm sorry,
reconstructed?
which one are you looking
The
at?
The
one
one
we
that was
added 11,
added, the one that was added,
Fifth Street, or the last one.
the last
On the
one.
last page,
Fifth Street Road, Fifth Street.
the top.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, Resolution 2111.
And what was the question that you
Marcy?
asked me? If it's,
My question is, it refers to the Columbia Riverside Road improvements.
Mayor,
That should be,
Wrong street.
Vice Mayor, Marcy has an explanation.
I have an explanation.
go ahead.
When they did the application with the state, Fifth Street was listed, it's a 2021 funding and 2022 funding. The 21 funding specifically says Fifth Street, then the 22 funding is, there's like 4 streets mentioned. So if you add all that together, there's money left over to the project.
So the project is called the Fifth Street project, but the road being paved is not Fifth Street, it's Riverside in this case.
Yeah, I believe Fifth Street is the road that's being worked
Thought
on.
it was,
When you look at the
Fifth Street
funding,
completed.
I thought it was Riverside Drive.
Yeah, I was very confused.
Correct, it says where the funding for Columbia/Riverside
yeah,
improvement
on
project
the
is made through
resolution, it
the,
says Columbia and Riverside Improvement.
word of the contract, I thought it said Fifth Street.
I think it's Fifth Street project, but I know the road is Columbia Riverside Drive, that's what the engineer's saying this morning.
So this was an add-on at the last minute,
It
so
was an
whatever.
add-on, so. let
Yeah,
me check
so
that.
when it's added on, I mean, this is,
Just let me check.
That's the impression I'm under too, with our things brought forward.
That's what happens when we have to
Riverside
recycle.
and
When
Columbia.
you look at the actual grant money that we received,
Fifth Street.
it lists all those roads, but it's called the
Fifth
Fifth.
Street.
yeah, it says
Okay,
the
so the
City of
whole
Millville
thing-
hereby
That's what
awards
I'm
a
saying,
contract for
road
the
is-
project entitled Fifth Street
Yeah, it's-
Road Reconstruction.
It's clearly a
road is
title,
Riverside
not
Drive.
necessarily the location.
Yeah, that was confusing to me, thank you.
Columbia Avenue, Riverside Drive is the actual road.
And then Resolution 21-5, is that for social media person, is that for social media?
It's not gonna be specifically for social media, no. This is gonna be a contract to help
Market.
market our assets of the city, both here in the city and within the city as far as properties and what we have.
Okay,
It's called social media because of the platform it's gonna be set up on. It's gonna be
Okay.
set up on social media platforms.
okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Seeing nobody else, we will close the public comment portion on agenda items only and go on to presentations.
Okay, we have a presentation by CFO Marcella Shepherd concerning tax abatements.
It's really not a discussion on tax abatements. I was asked a question, if we were to offer a business tax abatement, for example, tomorrow, and we enter into that agreement, what would happen with the amount that is funded to the school and the county? Would we be reducing that rate? And all that I wanted to explain is once the county strikes the tax rate, which what they do is they take how much the municipal rate is, how much the county, and how much the school tax is, and that is the total amount that the city of Millville is going to be collecting. I have to pay the school the amount that was struck by the county tax board. If there was an abatement, that amount is not reduced, nor is the county. Everyone gets the allotment of whatever they passed in their budget for their tax rate. So I guess that was the misconception. I really don't want to discuss the abatement programs. That's not my area of expertise. But the school sends me once a year. As a matter of fact, I think today the clerk received their budget for 2023. 2024. So once I get that, I divide that by 12, and that's how much, or I think sometimes they even send me how much they want per month, because I think they need more money during the school year, and then they take less money for the summer. So once I get that, that's how much, whether I collect that amount or not collect it, that's how much the school gets, that's how much the county gets.
So let me ask the question so I can kind of make it a little simpler. So if we granted a business a tax abatement, the amount the school gets does not change from whether we granted that abatement or not. They still get the same amount of money from the citizens.
Correct.
That was what I was trying to get to.
Yeah. What
So-
would change would just be the
Yeah,
calculation,
there seems to
but
be a
not-
misconception that the school board gets gypped somehow if we grant a tax abatement. So they don't. They get their money regardless.
And the county does as well.
And the county.
County also, yes.
Right, if you do offer a pilot, I believe the county gets 5%. And the abatement, or, it's, like I said, Brian would be able to speak to all that better than I can, but I only get involved as far as paying the county and paying the school. And I have to pay them whatever they put in their budget. Nothing gets reduced. So that was the only
Not
statement
more,
that I
not
wanted
less,
to make.
just what they put in their budget. That's what
Correct.
we pay.
They send the bill, you pay the bill.
I just paid the bill.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy.
Let's see, is there anyone here for the Morris House Juniper Village presentation this evening? No?
Not, do we want to
I was asked to put it on, I'll just do it and then we'll send it to them.
Okay, that's fine.
So there's a
Yep.
presentation recognizing the Morris River Juniper Village. I'll read a proclamation and then we'll just mail this
It's
to them.
Morris House.
Morris House, excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so proclamation, whereas Juniper Communities, a leading provider of senior living communities founded in 1988 by Lynn Katzman, PhD, is celebrating its 35th anniversary. And whereas Juniper Community started with one building and has grown to 28 senior living communities in 4 states employing 1,565 people. And whereas Juniper Communities is dedicated to nurturing the spirit of life in each individual served and believes the key to healthy aging are an active body, an engaged mind, and a fulfilled spirit. And whereas Juniper Communities is improving aging through innovative programs such as Connect for Life that integrates clinical providers, their services, and communication protocols to provide individualized, coordinated on-site care, and Catalyst, a program that ties together the disciplines of care, hospitality services, and engagement to provide a personalized approach to well-being. And whereas Morris House, a Juniper Village since 2022, has been empowered by Juniper Communities to become an outstanding independent and assisted living community committed to excellence, innovation, and advancement of person-centered care. And whereas Morris House is home to 40 residents combined between independent and assisted living and 25 associates who are actively engaged in the community. And whereas Morris House Partners supports South Jersey Regional Animal Shelter, the Cumberland Family Shelter, Illumination Church Christian Ministries, and Myron L. Powell Elementary School in Cedarville. And whereas Morris House has been recognized by the Daily Journal's Reader's Choice Awards and received awards for one of the best in the assisted living facility category. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of Commissioners of the City of Millville do hereby recognize Morris House at Juniper Village on this 35th anniversary of Juniper Communities for the outstanding commitment, care, and service to the older adults of Millville, New Jersey, adopted May 2nd, 2023, and signed by all the commissioners. So I'll get this over to the representative over there for Sam.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any petitions and letters?
We have none, Mayor.
All right, perfect. And we'll go into reports of commissioners. Commissioner Romanek.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, all. Just a quick reminder that even though the weather is less than superb in South Jersey currently right now, and this past weekend, we did get a lot of rain, so the grass is going to continue to grow. So please keep your properties in order and proper maintained. And if you do see any violations, please don't hesitate to contact the fifth floor. The next zoning board meeting will be held May 4th, this Thursday, here in this room at 6 p.m. The next planning board meeting is canceled, so there will be no planning board meeting in the month of May. Next one will be in the month of June. On April 18th, the mayor and myself were able to attend the Teen Arts Festival here at our Levoy Theater. It was a wonderful experience to be able to attend it and speak at. I'm sure a lot of people knew about it. A lot of people were there. It's great to see that performing arts is continuing to thrive here in Millville and in our city and then in our surrounding counties. It's not, it was Cumberland County, but it was also Cape May County. And all those juniors and teens that came and performed and sung and danced and the short film, it was a joy to see and experience. It's an area of interest that I like and adore, but you can see that it thrives in the youth here in our communities. So it was a joy to attend, and I thoroughly appreciated it being here and held at the Levoy. But that is all I have for this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes, thank you. Just a little comment to, naturally to all my departments. Everything's running pretty smooth. We're good shape. I do want to give a little bit of kudos to the fire department along with the downtownship dive team. We were called out last weekend for a boat stranded on the Marsh River. They tried to come in after dark. Buoys are out there, but they missed one and they ran aground down by the by the trailer park. We were out there about 4.5 hours, had 4 boats in the water, a lot of people. We couldn't get the boat, but we got the man and his 2 daughters off of it and got them into dry, back to home, and evidently they went back on the high tide at 6:45 in the morning and got the boat off safe and sound. So kudos to the fire department, thank you to Down Township dive team and water rescue team. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Watson?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have the report from Streets and Roads. 9 appliances were collected, 141 tires were collected, 7,489 bags of loose leaves and grass clippings were collected, 99 curbside violations were given, 6 curbside tickets were written, 218 street sweeping tickets were written, 212.5 tons of loose leaves were collected. The crack sealing on the basketball court at Noble Street Park was completed. The road repair on Burns Road was completed. The catch basin repair on Jason Drive was complete. The illegal dumping sites at the end of Union Crossing and the site on Bluebird Lane has been cleaned up. And Streets and Roads has finished loose leaves collections, but they're starting the brush collections, and they started May 1st. I had the opportunity to go down to Streets and Roads yesterday and got to talk to some of the guys. Just want to say thank you for all your hard work, and that's why we kind of distribute out this report, just to let you guys know what Streets and Roads does every month. As well, Christopher Finch, our new recycling coordinator, he's attending a class. He's trying to get a certificate. He's doing a very good job, and he's putting in the time, the effort. Just want to say thank you. The state's allowing him to sign off on our tonnage report for the city of Millville. So thank you, Chris. Good job. Keep it up. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, first, let's make a motion to receive and file the annual report of taxes not collectible for 2023 from the tax collector.
Second motion.
A motion, a second, to receive and file the annual tax report. Comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries.
That's all for now, man.
You sound like you were gonna go more.
I'll wait till the end.
All right. I'll just piggyback off of Commissioner Romanek really quick. The Teen Arts Award Ceremony is basically what we were at, and just recognizing the kids and that we're moving forward. And I will just say, wow, the performances, I had chills. So much talent. So I tell them to shoot for the stars and just never give up on your dreams, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. And they did an amazing job. And speaking of the arts, this past weekend, the high school hosted the Matilda show. And just, first of all, I have to give kudos to Liz. She did an amazing job with the choreographing. If anybody watched the Netflix series, the choreographing in that is just, she did an amazing job. It brought me to like chills every show. First night opened and the kids had a standing ovation. And they put so much hard work into what they do, and they love. And I just encourage everybody to get out to the high school plays, when you can. They just love it, and they have a passion for it. And I think the marching band, the color guard, they had a championship as well this weekend. So kudos to Millville Arts District and arts performance. So great for them. City stuff, let's get into that. UEZ projects. We have started planning some events for the fall and winter season. We are putting together a fall fest in October. This will include live music, food, vendors. We are looking to bring back the ghost tour with a twist. So keep your eye out for that upcoming event. Last year we hosted our first Winter Wonderland. It was a great event. We did keep it rather small last year, but this year we're looking to expand it. I'm not sure if the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who will be there this year, but I'm sure there'll be another special guest. Downtown improvements. We have $200,000 to the Parks Department to evaluate the downtown pavers that need to be repaired, tree removals, and all that kind of stuff that needs to be done to, make the sidewalks safe for everybody to walk on. This past Friday, excuse me, we celebrated Arbor Day at Bacon Elementary School. The children helped plant beautiful crepe myrtle trees, and the school received a free dogwood seeding to plant at their own home. Many thanks to Texas Roadhouse of Millville for donating the tree seeds. We definitely appreciate anybody from the community that likes to help and get involved. We did also have a community sale, which was very successful. Note on that, it was so successful that people were asking if we were going to have another one, so they are going to be hosting one in the fall as well, so keep an eye out for that. What else? There's so much going on. The last 2 weeks, the Parks Department has made their first round of cutting parks and complexes. Thanks to the Parks team for getting the cutting season off to the right foot. We truly appreciate the men and women of the department for always doing such a great job in the city. They are up early. I'll call Sam in the morning. She's like, yeah, I've got 2 hours on you. So kudos to that team. They are just constantly going, and they're always at the events, and they love their jobs. We have a lot of other events. I'm just going to mention them really quick. I know you guys can go on the website, and I encourage everybody to go to our website, go to community, and click on recreation tabs. We have a home run derby coming up in May. Fourth Fridays are also going to be starting. The first one will be May 26th. Senior barbecue. We need to make sure that you are RSVPing. So that needs to make sure I have this here. It's on the 24th. You have to be 60, correct. Don't try to tell me you're 60 and you're not, okay? I don't have the RSVP date on here. I thought that was on here before. but I'm sure we can get that posted. I know it's on the Facebook page. And we also have the spring photo contest for everybody. The rules are on the website. That needs to be submitted before Wednesday, May 31st. So I'm looking forward to all the spring photos.
Mayor, you can register beginning May 1st by calling the recreational department for the
Awesome.
senior barbecue.
Thank you. It wasn't on the notes, but I knew the deadline for their RSVP and the age again too. I think that's one other shout out I just want to give on a personal note to public safety, EMS, fire, and police. I just want to thank you for what you do on a daily basis. When something happens to your immediate family and they respond like they did, I just want to thank them. And your sense of urgency and your dedication, there's not enough thank yous for being there. So thank you. And we'll go on from there. And we'll move on to ordinances under the second reading.
Okay, so the first item is an ordinance amending the following titles: maximum rate of compensation, assistant maintenance supervisor with a minimum of $25,000 and a maximum of $75,000.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on item number 1. There is a public hearing for this. If anybody has any comments or questions, please come to the podium and state those comments and questions, please. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing and go to comments of commissioners. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, the second item is an ordinance approving and authorizing an application to the Cumberland County Roadway Department for Dividing Creek Fire and Rescue to hold a coin drop on September 2nd, 2023 at the intersection of Buckshootum and Cedarville Road.
Make a motion.
Second the motion.
I have a motion and second on item number 2. There's a public hearing as well on this. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please come to the podium and state those questions and or concerns. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Comments of commissioners? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is an ordinance amending Millville Code, Chapter 11, Bureau of Permits and Inspections, Article 5, Vacant Property Registration and Maintenance Requirements, Section 11-47, Establishment of Registry.
I make the motion.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on item number 3. Again, there's a public hearing for this as well. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please come to the podium and state those. Seeing nobody, will close the public hearing. Any comments of commissioners? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinances in the first reading, please.
Okay, the first one is an ordinance amending Millville Code, Chapter 43, Parks and Public Property to add new Article 10, Parks and Athletic Complex Rules, Regulations, Fees.
Make a
Ma-
motion.
Good.
Second the motion.
Who got the
So
first?
who made the motion?
It
Was
was
it?
either Hewitt or Watson.
Steve.
Okay.
Commissioner Watson.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so we have a
Thank you.
motion and a second on item number 1. Any comments? I think we've explained this before. I think Sam came to a meeting proposing this, and we've, made the changes. Other counties and cities do this, so I think it's just another way to bring revenue into the city. Or income, I should say, excuse me. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance approving and authorizing an application to the Holly City Youth Football League to hold a coin drop on June 10th and 11th at the intersection of Buckshootum and Cedarville Road.
Make a motion.
Second the motion.
Motion and second on item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Consent agenda items, please.
Alrighty, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the Board of Commissioners and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a governing body member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the fiscal year 2023 Millville Sustained Enforcement Grant in the amount of $56,000. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the American Rescue Plan Firefighter 2022 grant in the amount of $54,000. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the 2023 Distracted Driving Crackdown Grant in the amount of $10,500. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the U.S. Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance Edward Byrne Justice Assistant Grant Program fiscal year 2022 in the amount of $16,778. Item 5 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available as revenue from the Reserve for Millville UEZ Second Generation Revolving Loan Fund, support of the Millville International Film Festival in the amount of $5,000. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available as revenue from the Reserve for New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority Millville UEZ Special Events Downtown Promotion in the amount of $40,000. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available as revenue from the Reserve for New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority Millville UEZ Central Business District Improvements Phase 1 in the amount of $200,000. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records. Item 9 is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to add back the various senior citizen and disabled tax deductions for the tax year of 2022 in accordance with NJSA 54:4-8.40 due to annual income exceeds limits and post-annual tax statement not returned. Item 10 is a resolution authorizing water sewer termination on May 15, 2023 due to failure to comply with the utility ordinance pursuant to Section 56-18 of the Municipal Code. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing water sewer termination on May 22nd due to failure to comply with the utility ordinance pursuant to Section 56-18 of the Municipal Code. I would just please need a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda.
Make motion. Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to approve all consent agenda items. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions, please.
All right, item 1 is a resolution approving shared services agreement with Cumberland County for mosquito control operations training.
Make a motion.
Second the motion.
I have a motion, second on resolution item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing First Amendment to professional services agreement with ACOM Technical Services Incorporated.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion and second on item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution approving agreement of purchase and sale for the purchase by the City of Millville from the County of Cumberland of the former Paula Ring building located at 10 Buck Street.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on resolution number 3. Any comments?
Yes. This building's integral to the redevelopment of the waterfront. I want to thank Administrator Campari for his hard work in negotiating the sale of this. The sale price is $1, and if somebody buys it, whatever the price is, we will split with the county. The county passed this resolution unanimously, so I want to thank the entire Board of Cumberland County Freeholders under the leadership of Commissioner Albrecht, and I appreciate all his hard work to get this done as well as the County Administrator Al Johnson. So this is good for Millville. This will get this building back on the tax rolls where it hasn't been for years. It's been sitting there empty. So this should be good all the way around for everybody. So,
Agree.
I agree. I appreciate the hard work and the city working with the county and the county working with the city to make this purchase happen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing shared services agreement between Cumberland County Board of Health and the City of Millville.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on item number 4. Comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution awarding an alternate method contract between the City of Millville and Art C for an amount not to exceed $20,000 for a period of 12 months from this date of the resolution.
Move the resolution. And I have certification of funds in the amount of $20,000, signed by our CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second on resolution number 5. Any comments?
Yes, this is to get to market the city, basically. So Art C and Mr. Horn and his group gave a very good explanation, presentation. It will set up the social media platforms, which we will expand upon in the future. So it's a pretty good deal. 10,000 of it comes from the county through the, it's a grant.
And
I forget what the grant is, but they're paying for half of it.
Empowerment.
The Empowerment Zone grant, yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so pretty good deal for us, and, you know, a lot of it will be good when people, you know, that want to do business here, want to search for us, now they'll find us on LinkedIn, et cetera, with a good presentation of what we can do and what we have done.
Yeah, I met with the board and Ray with the empowerment committee, if you want to call it, and it's interesting that sometimes you find there's money out there that we weren't aware of, and they were like, Millville, you have some money, and this money is able to be used for the service, and I think it's going to be a huge asset to have the videos, pictures of the city to show our assets to, you know, incoming developers and interested parties. And I know, Mr. Horn, and your business, the people that you work with are just very professional in everything that you do. So I'm looking forward to the work that you'll be able to present to the city. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 annual action plan for the City of Millville.
Make a motion on resolution item number 6.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on item number 6. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution appointing GMS Law as the foreclosure conflict counsel for property known as Block 313 North 4th Street, Block 378, Lot 19, with a not-to-exceed amount of $2,000.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $2,000, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
I have a motion on second, or a motion and a second on item number 7. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application and grant agreement for grant funding from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs in the amount of $200,000 to fund the fiscal year 2024 administration budget for the Millville Urban Enterprise Zone.
Make a motion on resolution item number 8.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on item number 8. Any comments? This is just things we have to submit to be able to appropriate the money and for them to give it to us for next year. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 9 is a resolution authorizing 2022 to 2023 annual funding for the Millville Vineland Urban Enterprise Zone in the amount of $21,355.10.
Move the resolution on item number 9, and with that, I have resolution of funds in the amount of $21,355.10, signed by our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on item number 9. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 10 is a resolution amending Resolution 104-2023, adopted on March 21st, 2023, awarding contracts for rebid work uniforms due to failure to submit certification of funds and attached Schedule A itemized price list.
Make motion? One
Who has it?
question.
Okay,
I should not have a certification of funds here, correct? This is a
Well,
rebid.
No. So, we approved it without a certification of funds by accident.
Yeah.
So there should have been one. So, and Marcy did provide that to us. Do you have the certification of
No,
funds
I
or
don't.
no?
No,
Let me
we
see.
don't.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
You didn't provide
Marcy,
one?
you provided, you didn't provide it today? Oh, no.
Motion to table.
Yeah.
Table, make motion, table next meeting.
Sorry.
Second.
Oh, okay.
All in favor to table resolution number 10 to the next meeting when we have certification of funds?
Man.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Commissioner Hewitt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek,
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff.
Yes.
Okay, it's tabled to the next meeting. Sorry. Okay, item 11. Resolution awarding the project entitled Fifth Street Road Reconstruction to South State Incorporated, Bridgeton, New Jersey, in the amount of $492,192.60 through the New Jersey DOT fiscal year 2021 and fiscal year 2022 municipal aid programs.
Move the resolution, and I do have certification of funds in the amount of $492,192.60, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Motion second on item number 11. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek,
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We're human. We make mistakes. It's okay. We're here in 2 weeks anyway. On to new business, please.
So I just need a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands application, subject to approval from the appropriate city officials. The first is Hope Day Compassion Event at lot between Archer, Foundry, Dock, and Arnold, sponsored by Millville First Assembly of God on June 3rd, 2023, from 12 to 3 p.m. And the second is Memorial Day Parade, sponsored by the Millville Recreation at Mulberry to High to Route 49 on May 29th, 2023, at 9 a.m.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on new business item number 1. Any comments? I know Hope Day last year was successful. I know Commissioner Romanek and myself went out. I know Commissioner Hewitt was also there. It was a warm day.
It was very
If I
warm.
remember, it was rather warm. Great turnout. Come out and see the different services and things that are offered in the community and within the county. And obviously the Memorial Day Parade. That's always a great one to come out for. Being able to be a part of that and just see the community come out and have their flags. It's just a really touching moment. So please come out and support these events. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek,
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We've now reached public comment portion of the meeting. If anyone would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name and your address, and please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Sorry, it was a little nippy in here tonight. Greg Kears, Peach Drive. Quick question. At the dump, we used to have that topsoil that's left over from the leaves and stuff. Is that still available? Like, it used to just be like topsoil, you could drive up with a pickup truck, load it in.
I was out there the other day, and I
take it.
don't remember if that was there or not. I know
I
people
remember
picking up
seeing the
mulch.
mulch. I remember seeing the mulch.
It's like that, it's like the heavy black,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I believe so.
okay, yeah. I was just curious, because it's time to fill my garden beds.
I can let you know by next meeting. Just to make sure we have any. 'cause
Well,
I'm
I mean,
sure
like,
it's a time process.
well, I mean,
that
like,
has
I
to-
can just drive, can you just drive back there if you're a resident and just check?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday,
Friday,
Thursdays, and
Saturday.
Saturdays.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's super easy. The second thing is, and I know I mentioned this at the last meeting, it was about street sweepers in my neighborhood. I think I brought up how my wheelchair tires are like brutally affected by just stuff in the road, and that, you know, I can't really use the sidewalks because they're not handicap accessible, but this is like ridiculous in the last 2 weeks. We've had 2 trash days. I've legitimately collected these while walking my dog. I think this one's my favorite. So if like, I would avoid it in my wheelchair, but I doubt a car would. So, I mean, you're welcome neighbors, but could you guys like do something seriously? Because this is 2 trash days, and the 3-inch wood screws, the 2 of them in there, are the ones I'd be the most concerned about, but that's just me. That's all. I'll throw these away myself, don't worry.
Thank you, Greg.
Jonathan Murky, Churchill Drive. Just 2 things. On Thursday, the nation remembers a National Day of Prayer, and it's the tradition for a gathering to take place on the City Hall steps and pray. We welcome you to be with us. It's at noon on Thursday, and it's been a great tradition supported by our community. The next thing is on May 10th, the Chamber of Commerce is celebrating our education system and honoring our Student of the Year, our Teacher of the Year, and our Support Staff Person of the Year. And if you want to have good exposure to what's going on in the community and in the business community, just encourage you to come out and be a part of that. I always look forward to it. So that's noon on May 10th, and noon this coming Tuesday as well. Or this coming Thursday, sorry, as well.
I'll say, wait, Thursday or next Tuesday?
Thursday.
Thank you.
I just want to say, Cindy Cook, Cedarwood Village, we have got so much to be proud of in our community of our kids. We have so much talent here. First of all, look at all of our athletes that go on and become professional athletes from Cumberland County. We're just a small county here, lost to North Jersey, but look what we've produced. Second of all, the Arts District. The Levoy has been encouraging our children to participate in the arts now since they opened. My own children have been on stage at the Levoy, at the Cumberland Players, at the Lakeside School, and this is all because of the Levoy. Matilda was fantastic. Our kids did a phenomenal job. When the when the Levoy hosted the competition this past month, we had phenomenal talent come from Millville. The one boy from Lakeside School that sang was absolutely phenomenal, and I hope we can get him here to sing sometime that song.
Don't make us all cry. Can we do something a little bit more happy?
What?
I said, can it be something a little bit more happy? He made us all cry.
I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal.
He's amazing.
Our athletic teams, we all know, are superb. They've gone on. Our band, May 10th, at the high school is going to be, the chorus is going to be putting on a choral presentation at 7 p.m. I hope a lot of people will show up for that. Olympic Day is going to be Friday the 12th. That's something we all look forward. It begins here at City Hall. I believe it at 10 o'clock, and the kids go to the, that's always something we look forward to, is watching the budding stars of our athletics. And I just have to say, we have phenomenal kids here, and we've got to do more to support these kids, especially in the summertime, to keep them involved, to keep them active. PAL does a great job of that, but I think we can go a little bit further with that. Our recreation department did a phenomenal job during COVID to make sure that our kids were entertained when they had to stay at home. And I just want to say kudos to everybody. And I get so tired of people saying, why isn't there anything to do? You know what? Stop waiting for somebody else to start something. If you see a need, do it. That's all it takes. It does not take a lot. I also want to say that people having trouble with utility bills, if they go to my Facebook page, Clean Starts, and hit the featured tab, I have all those pages of resources available to Cumberland County residents on where to get food, where to get utility assistance, help with your water bill, help with your electric bill, help with your rent and mortgage. So don't hesitate to, if you need something, go there. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
Okay, seeing nobody else, we'll close the public comment portion for this evening. Go to closing comments of commissioners. Mr. Romanek?
Yes, all well information received. It was a good meeting. Everybody have a good night and a safe drive home. That's all I have for the rest of this evening. Thank you, Mayor.
Go right down the line.
Okay, sounds good. We had a lot of rain this weekend, and streets and roads got a lot of phone calls. Some cul-de-sacs flooded out, and storm drains. We had problems going down. And I can assure you that streets and roads are going to work hard and, try to check these areas out and see what we can do to help that. But with this amount of rain, sometimes in some situations, it's very hard to fix it. So we just appreciate the patience that the residents have to try to let us do what we can. Right now, all we have right now is just cleaning the storm drains. It's kind of like all we can do. And as you can tell, every month when I give this report, we stay pretty busy over at Streets and Roads. And personnel is very limited to what we have for capabilities to do through each day. But that's all I have, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, speaking of rain, we did receive a complaint from a resident on Rosie Drive, flooded area. So if you're listening out there, you're not going to like some of this explanation, but I'm going to explain it anyway. First of all, White Marsh is built in a very low area, prone to flooding. I can't stop where something was built. I can't fix what was already built. However, in 2015, myself and the current engineer, the engineer began working on a plan to alleviate a lot of the flooding in White Marsh Estates. Before that plan could be put to paper, I was fired. And shortly after I was fired by the residents of Millville, the engineer was let go by the last commission. That plan then disappeared. So it's not a matter of just simply resurrecting that plan of putting a pump station there. That water goes through a system, it bubbles up and goes to Rick Avenue and then flows on from there. When there's too much water, that kind of reverses and the water doesn't go anywhere, and in fact goes right back onto the streets in White Marsh. Since other projects have been completed and since other improvements at the airport have been done, that plan is probably no longer viable. So we have set up a meeting. There are drainage issues at our airport and land under the DRBA. So we've set up the first meeting with the DRBA in June. That's to address some other issues, and then the following meeting will address the water coming off the airport. So we hope to be able to make some progress in that area. Under the new water regulations, when you build something, it's going to pretty much have to stay on the land. The water's going to have to stay on the land where you build it, for the most part. So when we develop the airport on Bogdan Boulevard, et cetera, that's not going to add to the problem because that's going to be addressed. But we need to address the runoff coming off the airport because the idea was to build a pump station and send the water to Cedarville Road that feeds into the county system. Unfortunately, now all the water coming off the airport feeds into the county system, so that system's not big enough to handle all of it. So until we get one problem resolved, we're not going to be able to resolve the other problem unless we come up with some ingenious idea that I'm not aware of yet. So that's where we stand with that. The UEZ stuff, we also met with the Holly City Development Corporation this week to discuss funding for next year. We're getting a nice sizable chunk again. So what you're going to see, one of the things you'll also see besides the events, is police officers on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays on High Street at the peak times. So we're looking at doing that. Patterson has been successful at doing that with UEZ money, and we're going to model that after their method of getting the grant approved for that. Also, the loans, currently I think we leave the loans at $25,000. We're going to up that amount to $250,000. So that should significantly aid development in the UEZ zone. So that's good news. And last, I want to thank my fellow commissioners for, under the consent agenda, for approving the Cup Film Festival again with $5,000 of funding out of the UEZ phone money. It was very successful last year. I think it'll be better this year, but it was really good last year. I really did enjoy it. I watched many of the films. I think I took 1 or 2 breaks, but and it was really fabulous. So it was really good. And with that, progress.
Mr. Hewitt?
Nothing, Mayor. Everybody just have a great 2 weeks. We'll see you back in 2 weeks, and that's all. Thank you.
It's going to snow. That was the shortest closing comment of Commissioner Hewitt. Sorry, I had to put that on the record. A great evening. Yeah, I think everybody said it. I want to look forward to the work that Mr. Horn and your team's going to do for the city. I know the film festival was a success last year. Unfortunately, I was out of the city, so hopefully I am in town and I'm able to enjoy that. So I think it's important to support the arts and continue that here in the city. Again, in a city, like you said, supporting the youth. If we don't support the youth, we're not going to have art, festivals as such as they grow up and be adults. So just, I hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you for coming out, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Just need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.